Hi, I'm Dr. Wayne Westcott, Fitness Research Director at the South Shore YMCA, and I want to talk to you about strength training for golf. Good news on golf conditioning, I call it, because we just learned from the research that golfers can benefit so very much from a really simple program of strength training, and even more when we add a few stretching exercises to that strength training. Let's start talking about golf from an overview perspective. Do you realize that golf has an incredibly high participation rate? There are 25 million Americans alone who play golf annually. That's huge, and it's a sport for people of all ages, men and women in their, teens and 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. It is a game that can be played almost by everyone almost throughout life. So it's a good place to put in some conditioning to help the golfers not only play better, which is a main concern on their part, but to feel better and then to really play better because they have a higher level of physical fitness. Now, interestingly, although golf is a wonderful sport, requires a lot of skill and concentration, has many, many benefits, it does very little in and of itself to develop any type of fitness, be that muscular strength, cardiovascular endurance, joint flexibility, or body composition. Golf itself is a low energy, low fitness activity. Secondly, golf, in spite of not being very active, not burning a lot of calories of which you would burn just watching a golf game on television, especially if you're not walking the course, but in addition to that, golf has a very high injury risk. The reason? You're sedentary, you're riding the car, and all of a sudden you take an explosive drive, a huge, unnatural swinging action that involves a lot of stress on the low back, the hips, the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists. The golf swing, that driving action, is a very high risk activity. Not only is it one of the most complex events in sport, the golf drive, or most complex actions you can do, it is one of the most risky.